Welcome to Space to Ground. I'm Reagan Scharfetter.
And I'm Nicholas Page. A Soyuz spacecraft undocked from the International Space Station on Saturday, carrying a crew of 2 cosmonauts and the one and only NASA astronaut Don Pettit back to Earth, marking the completion of Expedition 72.
Shortly after the undocking, NASA astronaut and newly minted Expedition 73 flight engineer Anne McClain posted on social media about the departure of Pettit. In part, McClain remarked, "Earlier, as I floated through the U.S. lab segment, I passed by our camera wall and noticed this. A camera stowed back on the wall with the initials DP, Don Pettit." Most of you are quite familiar with his mastery of the camera, the multiple settings and lenses he used over the past months to bring you all the incredible views of our shared home planet. But now, his camera is back on the wall, like a cowboy hanging up his spurs, a quiet reminder that his mission is done.
That space cowboy and his colleagues traded spurs for wings as they flew through the fiery atmosphere to a safe landing on the steppe of Kazakhstan. It was a 220-day mission in space for Pettit and his cosmonaut counterparts, Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner. Spanning 3,520 orbits, the trio departed the space station aboard the Soyuz MS-26 spacecraft, making a safe parachute-assisted landing southeast of Zhezikistan, Kazakhstan, at 9:20 p.m. Eastern on Saturday or 6:20 a.m. local time Sunday, ringing in Pettit's 70th birthday. Several hours after landing, Pettit returned back to the U.S. and his home base in Houston. This was Pettit's 4th career spaceflight, totaling 590 days in orbit.
What's the saying? There is never a dull moment in space? Well, on Tuesday, just days after Pettit's return to Earth, a cargo-packed SpaceX Dragon spacecraft docked to the zenith-facing port on the station's Harmony module as part of NASA's SpaceX 32nd Commercial Resupply Services mission. Carrying approximately 6,700 pounds of new science experiments and supplies, the crew has been retrieving critical research investigations, food, and more for stowage aboard station. Among those investigations is the DNA Nanotherapeutics mission, too. This experiment aims to continue work from previous investigations to develop in-space manufacturing of nanomaterials that mimic DNA. These materials are less toxic, more stable, and more biocompatible than current drug delivery technologies and could be used to deliver therapeutics, vaccines, and regenerative medicine. This investigation could also advance the ability to manufacture materials in space with greater homogeneity, structural integrity, and size compared to those made on Earth. Looking ahead to next week, NASA astronauts and flight engineers Anne McClain and Nicole Ayers will exit the orbital outpost Quest Airlock on May 1st for a spacewalk.
The duo will install a modification kit on the port side of the station's truss structure, enabling the future installation of the orbiting lab's 7th rollout solar array. They will also relocate an antenna that communicates with approaching and departing commercial crew and cargo spacecraft. The spacewalk will mark number 3 for McClain, who conducted 2 during her time on Expedition 59, and will be the first for Ayers.
You can watch the live coverage of this monumental spacewalk on NASA Plus May 1st, and we invite you to also catch Don Pettit as he recaps his latest mission from Houston, just a few days prior on April 28th. And you can always get updates about the International Space Station anytime on social media at space_station.
For this week, that's Space to Ground. Thank you for watching.